everyone, it's Nicole Wilkins with FitnessRx for Women, and this is my next question and answer segment where I took your questions from Facebook and I'm going to answer them for you today. The first question I have is following macros most important or the timing of protein and carbs more important? Thank you. For those who don't know what macros are, they're proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. I think to answer your question, both are really important. First, making sure that you're taking in enough calories to fuel your body based off of your goals. And also, I think that the timing of protein and carbs is important primarily before your workout and after your workout, because you need the energy beforehand to have a good workout, and then you need to refuel the glycogen stores that were utilized during your training for post-workout. So those are the most crucial times. But as far as whether or not you need to eat 6 meals a day or you need to have, X amount of whatever at each meal, I don't believe that that is as important as making sure that by the end of the day you are not going overboard and staying within a healthy range for your body. So to answer your question, both are important. Hi Nicole, do you count or record macros or follow a specific type of structured meal plan during the off season? While realizing not every type of plan works for everyone, I am still wondering what your personal thoughts are on the trend of if it's your macros. Thank you. I do record what I eat on a regular basis, and I have certain goals to meet by the end of the day, so I guess in that regard you could call it if it fits your macros, but instead of fitting in, chocolate or something like that, if I have remaining carbohydrates left through the day, I choose to eat healthier foods. But that's not to say that I'm restricting myself from ever having a chocolate bar. It's just that 90 to 95% of the time I'm choosing whole healthy foods to reach those goals throughout the day. I think you need to find a meal plan that works best for you and your goals and your body, and something that you can maintain for life. I have a lot of variety in the off season, more so than when I'm doing a competition prep, and for that reason it makes the adjustments during the contest prep for me a lot easier to make when I am more consistent with the foods that I'm choosing. But in the off season, I have a ton of variety. I'll have I list off a bunch of carbs and list off a bunch of fats. I go more about how I'm feeling and what I want and what sounds good instead of what I need to have at that moment. So I think that's a much better way of going about eating for me all year round. Do you always need to use heavy weights on leg day? Or is light weights, high reps, and body weighted exercise okay? This is going to depend a lot on your goals. If your goals are to gain muscle, then you're going to need to add heavier weights. You're going to have to challenge yourself in that way, because if you continue to lift lighter with higher repetitions, you're eventually going to hit a sticking point and not really see much progress. That's more for maintenance and burning calories, and to actually shape your body. Weight training is going to do that, but in order to increase muscle, especially as a woman, because we don't have enough testosterone in our body to build a ton of muscle, we have to add progressive overload. So you need to consistently increase the weights and decrease the repetitions in order to see increased muscle mass. If your goal is to stay where you're at and not get any more muscle, then yes, I would say lift lighter weights with higher repetitions. So it really depends on your goals and your body type. I am in the military, and when I deploy sometimes, the only thing I have access to are a mini fridge and a microwave. What would you suggest to keep my diet in check? I don't have a stove, and I'm not allowed to use a grill or anything. Well, some things that you can have in the fridge are Greek yogurt. You can cottage cheese, like low-fat cottage cheese. To cook in the microwave, you can cook eggs in the microwave. just make sure that you put a cover over them because they will blow up if you don't stir them. So I would get liquid egg whites or regular egg whites and maybe add 1 yolk in there for some good healthy fats. And then watch it like every 30 seconds, go in there and stir it so it doesn't like pop all over the microwave. You can do tuna fish in a can, and if you have access to a store that has tuna in pouches. If there's a restaurant that you have access to or some place you can go that serves grilled chicken, you can take extra home and put it in your refrigerator. There's also brown rice in microwavable containers that you can put in the microwave. And obviously sweet potatoes can be cooked in the microwave. Oatmeal can be cooked in the microwave. Nuts and almonds and avocados and oils don't need to be refrigerated. So you have a lot of healthy options to choose from. Fruits, of course, don't need to be microwaved. You can put those in the fridge. And the last question I have is, what do you think about boot camp for cardio? Or do I still need to go run or do the Stairmaster? Thank you very much. Cardio is all about keeping your heart rate elevated for a duration of time. It doesn't mean that in order for cardio to count that you have to do it on the step mill or the treadmill. You can do boot camp class, but if it's where you exercise and then you rest for a period of time, and you exercise and you rest for a period of time, that's more strength training and anaerobic. So if you want to do aerobic exercise, you make sure that you're moving around constantly. If you're working up a good sweat and your heart rate is elevated for 30 to 45 minutes or an hour, then yeah, I mean, I would count that toward cardio. So those are my questions for this week. Until next week, keep asking your questions on the FitnessRx for Women Facebook page, and I will be back here every Friday to answer them for you. Until then, keep living the fit life.